Hi, this is Lara from Om3 Yoga. So we're going to do kind of a gentle yoga practice today. So we're going to start by laying down on your back. And let's bend your knees, and we're going to bring your knees towards your chest. I'm going to just move my computer and make my way onto the mat. And hopefully you'll be able to see what we're doing. All right. So as we start, we're gonna come and squeeze our knees towards our chest and start to rock a little bit from side to side if that feels good. If that doesn't feel good for your knees, you can always bring your hands underneath your knees. And then maybe find a point of stillness and see if you can just keep the knees squeezed towards the chest. It doesn't have to be too intensely, just kind of let them bend softly. Maybe start to let your feet relax a little bit. If this is uncomfortable for any reason, just find something that's comfortable for you. Maybe let your eyes close. Feel the back of the head pressing into the mat. And then take a moment and maybe start to feel the shoulders or physically move the shoulders away from your ears. And notice how your hands are. And then let's bring the hands onto the top of the knees, and we'll inhale, lift the knees over the hips. And then exhale, drop the feet on the ground and let the arms rest alongside the body. Keeping the eyes closed, let's take a big, deep breath, filling your whole body with your breath. Keep sucking in more breath in, feeling the chest rise, the belly rise, maybe breathing all the way up to the crown of the head. And then exhale, just let the breath soften out. Letting the belly drop back down towards the spine on the exhalation. Let's inhale again. We'll breathe into the belly, feeling the belly expand. Maybe start to feel your rib cage expand, your chest expand, and then breathe all the way up to the crown of the head. Letting your whole body fill with your breath, breathing more in than you think you can. And then as you're ready, letting out a slow exhale. Just feeling your body soften. Let's bring the hands to the center of the chest. You can bring your hands in a prayer shape. I'm going to rest one hand on top of the other hand. So do what feels comfortable for you. And then see if you can let your shoulders and elbows relax towards the ground. And taking a moment at your hands at your heart center, allow yourself to feel grateful. Feel grateful that you're taking the time out of your day to take a break and tune into you. Also take a moment to set an intention for your practice. So maybe it's to move, maybe it's to release some stress or tension, to clear your mind. Whatever that is for you, just allow it to be. Let's take a big, deep inhale through the nose. Fill your whole body with your breath again. And then as you begin to exhale, start to let the arms fall out to the side. Wherever is a comfortable shape for you, you can have your palms face up or face down. Just notice what feels natural. And then let's gently turn your head to the right. And as you begin to do that, you might need to realign your head a little bit or realign your shoulders so it feels more comfortable for you. And just notice and observe the sensation. Notice if there's any tension in the neck. Does this feel good? Does it not? Just observe. And then we're going to inhale, lift your head up. And then we're going to exhale, turn your head to the left. And again, you might need to readjust or realign your head, your neck, or your shoulders a little bit. So allow yourself to do that so it feels more comfortable. And just keep breathing through the sensation. 2. And 1, we're going to inhale, we're going to turn your head back to neutral. From here, let's squeeze your right knee in towards your chest. And then we're going to exhale and bring your right foot back on the ground. And then we're going to take your left knee and you're going to squeeze that into the chest. And then inhale as you bring it back to the ground. Let's bring our arms alongside the body, and we're going to start to move the spine a little bit. So I want you to imagine you're doing a reverse cat-cow. And so you're going to keep your hips on the ground, and you're going to inhale and lift the rib cage and lower back away from the ground, creating a little bit of an arch. And then we're going to exhale and bring your back flat. We're going to do that a few times. Eleanor is coming for a little visit. We're going to inhale. You're going to arch your back away from the ground, keeping your hips on the ground. And then exhale, you'll bring your back flat. One more time. We're going to inhale and exhale. Beautiful. And then just finding a little bit of lengthening in your spine, readjusting to make that feel good for you. And then once again, let's exhale, and we'll squeeze your right knee into your chest. And notice, does that feel a little bit better? And then we're going to gently release that. And then we'll do that on the other side. So we'll gently squeeze your left knee in towards the chest. Maybe squeeze the breath out with it. And then gently release. You can inhale. Now from here, we're going to bring our feet so they're a little bit wider than our hips. So maybe bringing your feet, depending on how wide your mat is, to the outside edges of your mat. And then we're going to reach your arms wide to the side. You can either keep the arms straighter. I'm going to bend my arms like cactus or goalpost. And as I'm doing that, I'm like, oh, I need to move my shoulders a little bit. So I'm going to press to the back of my head, maybe do that and squeeze the shoulder blades together and let the shoulder blades come back onto the mat once again. Let's take a big, full, deep breath in, filling your whole body with your breath. Then the rib cage, the chest, breathing all the way up to the crown of the head. And then slowly exhale, letting it go, letting any tension release with it. Now, as we're here, we're going to really press down through the left foot, really pressing through the left big toe, starting to engage the left leg muscle. So we're going to keep that left side really steady here. And then what we're going to do is you're going to exhale and you're going to drop your right knee towards the left inner thigh. And so just go as far as that feels good. We'll be doing this a few times. We're going to inhale, we'll reach your right knee back up. Staying rooted and grounded in that left leg, keeping that left leg really steady. We're going to exhale and drop the right knee in towards the left thigh. Inhale, we'll lift the right knee back up. Let's do that 3 more times. So we're going to exhale as you drop the knee in. Inhale, we're going to lift the knee back up. Once again, we're going to exhale as you drop the knee in. Inhale, lift the knee back up. Last time, let's exhale as you drop the knee in. Inhale, lift the knee back up. Now pausing here for a moment and just notice, does the right and left side feel different? Just observe any sensation you might be feeling. Maybe if it's feeling a little bit lighter, maybe it feels more blood flow. And maybe it doesn't feel good, and just observe whatever it is for you. And then we'll start to root down through the right foot, pressing down through the right big toe, engaging that right leg, getting it really strong and steady here. And we'll do this on the other side. So we're going to exhale as you drop your left knee in towards the right thigh. Inhale, we'll lift back up. Exhale, we're going to drop that left knee in towards the right thigh. Inhale, we'll lift back up. 3 more times. We're going to exhale and inhaling. And again, exhale and inhale in our last one. Exhale and inhale. Beautiful work, everybody. So just noticing and observing. If you need to readjust your body at all, let that happen. And then let's turn your head to the right once again from here. And again, noticing how this feels for your neck, maybe remembering how it felt before. Your arms were probably in a little bit different shape. And then we'll inhale, turn the head back to neutral. And then exhale, turning the head to the left. And again, observing, readjusting as you need to. We're going to inhale. We'll turn your head back to neutral. Let's slowly start to bring your arms back alongside the body. We'll once again do that cat-cow move. So we're gonna inhale, we'll lift your rib cage away from the ground, even though you're on your back, it's like a reverse cat-cow. And then we'll exhale, we'll bring your back flat, keeping the sitting bones down the whole time. Inhale, we'll arch the back away from the ground, beautiful, keeping the sitting bones down. And then you're gonna exhale, bring your back flat. And then once again, we'll inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Now from here, let's inhale, reach the arms back to the side, out wide to the side. They can again bend like cactus or straight out, so find the space for you. And we're gonna repeat the move that we did just a few moments ago by knocking the knee in, but we're gonna add a little bit onto it. So if you need to readjust it all as we do that, let your body do that. So we're gonna ground down through the left leg again. You're gonna keep your left foot rooted, kind of squeeze the left leg muscles. And then this time, as we drop the right knee in towards the left thigh, I want you to lift a little bit further and maybe lift your right hip or your right glute away from the ground. As you do that, press down through the right shoulder. And then we'll inhale, bring the knee back up. And we'll do that 4 more times. So you're gonna slowly bring that right knee in towards the left thigh, lift the right hip up, press down through the right shoulder. And then we're gonna inhale, we'll lift back up. Once again, we're gonna bring that right knee in or right towards the left thigh, lifting that right hip up, pressing down through the right shoulder. And then we'll inhale back up. And again, we're gonna slowly bring that right knee in towards the left thigh, lifting the right hip up, pressing down through the right shoulder. Inhale, we'll lift back up. And I believe this is our last one. So we're gonna bring that knee in, lifting it up, beautiful. And then we'll inhale and come back up. Beautiful, just noticing that shift and change in the body. Sometimes the subtler the movement, the more dynamic it feels in the body. You'll feel a bigger release, especially if your back has been bothering you or hips, or if you've been sitting a little bit more. So it's just nice to observe that sensation. So let's press down through the right foot, grounding down through the right big toe, squeezing and engaging the right leg muscles, and we'll do this on the left side. So we're gonna slowly exhale as you drop that left knee in towards the right thigh, lifting the left hip up a little bit, but pressing down through the left shoulder. Inhale, we'll lift back up. Again, you can slowly bring that left knee in towards the right thigh, lifting that left hip up, pressing down through the left shoulder. Inhale, lift back up. Again, we're going to slowly bring that in, lifting the left hip up, pressing down through the left shoulder. Hopefully this feels really good. It feels good in my body. Inhale, let's lift up. And again, we're going to slowly bring that leg in, lifting the hip up, pressing down to the shoulder. We'll slowly find that neutral place again. Beautiful. Once again, let's lower the arms down alongside the body. We'll roll the shoulders back a little bit, and then we'll do that reverse movement with the spine that we've been doing. So we'll inhale, lift the rib cage away from the ground, and then exhaling as you press the rib cage back down towards the ground. Keeping the sitting bones down, we'll inhale, arch the back, and then gently bringing the back flat. One more time. We'll inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Now we're going to reach the arms out wide to the side again. We're just going to add on a little bit more. So we're going to keep our feet staggered. And now this time you're going to drop both of the knees over to the left. We're going to hold this for a little bit. And then we're going to turn your head to the right. And then you're going to open your eyes, but bring your eyes to the left corner. So kind of bring your eyes so you're gazing out of the left corner of your left eye. And just notice how that feels. So we're twisting lots of things around here, and it just helps to release and unravel patterns in our body that we may hold on to. We're going to gently bring our eyes to neutral. We'll inhale, lift the head up, and then lift the knees back up. Beautiful. Just noticing the sensation, and we'll start to do this on the other side. So we'll drop our knees over to the right, turning your head to the left, and then bringing the eyes so you look out towards the right corner of the eye. So again, lots of different little twists happening in the body to unravel. So we twist up to unwind, to release, to let go. Slowly starting to bring the eyes to neutral. We'll inhale, lift the head up, and then lift your knees back up. Let's gently start to bring your knees back towards your chest. We're gonna bring your hands maybe just below the knees. We'll rock a little bit from side to side again. And then we're gonna roll over to our right side or left side, whatever feels natural to you. So what you'll do is you'll reach your arm alongside your head, the side you're gonna roll on, and you'll roll over to the side. Pressing your ear on your shoulder, you'll bring your other hand down, and then we'll slowly start to glide our body up as you're ready. Beautiful. All right, how are you guys feeling? Hopefully good. Thumbs up. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do from here is let's come lay on our belly for a few moments. So we're gonna transition and just come lay down. I gotta fix my hair really quick. All right. So as we start to lie down, we're gonna, find a place that it's comfortable for you. You can stretch your feet out. You're gonna stack one hand on top of the other. You can either rest your chin on your hands or you can bring your forehead on your hands and see what feels better for you. From here, we're gonna bend your knees and flex your feet towards the ceiling. You might wanna bring your knees a little bit further apart. And then we're gonna slowly drop our feet over to the right. We'll inhale, lift the legs up. Exhale, we'll drop your feet over to the left. Inhale, we'll lift up. Exhale over to the right. Inhale, lift up. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, lift up. One more time, we'll come over to the right and lift up. And then over to the left and lift up. We're gonna let the legs come down on the ground very gently. Make sure you have this space. And then from here, we're gonna bend your right leg again. You're gonna feel like your right knee is in line with your right hip. We're gonna flex the right foot towards the ceiling. Now we're gonna start to work with some muscles. So these will help release the lower back. Again, they're very, very subtle. So just appreciate what you feel. So what you're gonna do from here is you're gonna ground down through the left leg, maybe you kind of root down through the toenails, start to feel the left leg muscles engage. We're gonna press down through the pubic bone, and then we're gonna also press the right thigh down, even though the right leg is lifted. So pressing everything down to the ground, 3, 2, 1, and we'll slowly start to release that. We're gonna do that a couple more times. So as you're ready, really pressing down through the left leg, press the pubic bone down, and then press the right thigh and knee down, keeping that right foot flex towards the ceiling. Maybe activate the toes, 2 and 1. We'll slowly start to release that. One more time, we're gonna slowly activate that left leg. We'll press the pubic bone down, press that right hip and thigh down, flexing through the right foot, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll slowly start to release. Now from here, we're gonna again press the pubic bone down and press both hips down, and you're gonna try to lift the right knee just like, I don't know, maybe a quarter of an inch away from the ground. So a little bit of a activation really in the glute, and then we'll slowly start to release. So not a really big back bend stretch, this is more of a glute activation. Again, we're gonna press down through the pubic bone, press the hips down, and then we'll inhale that right knee just a little bit away from the ground, and then you can slowly start to release that. We'll do that one more time. So we're gonna press the pubic bone down, press the hips down, and then we'll inhale, lift that right knee a little bit away from the ground, flexing and activating the foot, maybe spreading the toes, 3, 2, 1, and then we'll slowly release. And then let's stretch that right leg out. And just take a moment and pause here. You might need to wiggle your hips around a little bit, especially if you had any activation anywhere in your body. Like I felt that a little bit in the lower back area today. So just notice where you're feeling sensation. Don't judge it, just breathe into it. If it's really tender, you can always just bring your hand on it. My hands are really warm today. It's 100 degrees, I think, over. All right, so we're gonna come do this on the other side. So we're gonna start to bend your left leg, flexing the left foot to the ceiling. And then again, feel your knee kind of align with your hips. You might need to readjust your body a little bit. We're gonna start to activate the right leg into the ground, pressing down to the toenails, feeling the right leg muscles activate the hips down. You're gonna press the pubic bone down, and then we'll press the left thigh down to the ground, feeling that foot flex towards the ceiling. 3, 2, 1, and we'll slowly start to release and soften, keeping the leg bent, and we'll do that a couple more times. So again, pressing down through the right leg, pressing down through the right hip and pubic bone, and then the left thigh presses down into the ground, feeling the foot flex. 3, 2, 1, and we'll slowly start to soften down. Once again, pressing down through the right toenails, the right leg, activating, pressing the right hips down, the pubic bone down, and then pressing down through that left thigh. 3, 2, 1, and then we'll slowly soften. Now we'll do that little bit of a lift here. So press down through the pubic bone, press the hips down, and then lift that left knee just a little bit away from the ground. Feel the glutes activate. 3, 2, 1. We'll slowly start to release that. Doing that 2 more times. So again, press down through the pubic bone, pressing the hips down and lifting that left knee just a little bit away from the ground. Feeling the glutes stretch when we feel your toenails, toes activate. You can feel your toenails too. 2, 1, we're gonna slowly release. My toenails are ready for a pedicure. I don't know about anybody else. So one last time, we're gonna press down through the pubic bone, press the hips down, and we'll lift that left knee a little bit away from the ground. 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna slowly start to release, and we'll start to leg back. Beautiful. All right, so let's take a little bit of a back bend from here. You can kind of wiggle your hips, and then we'll bring our arms alongside the body, keeping the gaze down. We'll roll the shoulders back away from the ears, and then we'll inhale, lift the back of the head up. Feeling a little bit of a back bend, Shalabhasana. 2 and 1, and we'll slowly start to lower down. Let's do that one more time. And if you want to lift your feet up off the ground this time, let that happen. So roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the heart up. Maybe let the feet lift up. 3, 2, 1, and we'll slowly start to let that release. One more time. Let's roll the shoulders back. Gently inhale, lift the back of the head up. Maybe let the feet lift up. 3, 2, 1, and then we'll gently soften from here. All right, so let's work into your shoulders a little bit. So I'm gonna actually turn towards you. So hopefully you can see me. You're gonna stay on your belly. All right, and then what we're gonna do from here, can you see me, I hope? Yes, can you see me? Okay, we're gonna come onto your fingertips. Bring your fingertips so they're in line with your shoulders, and they're probably off your mat. So bring your hands a little bit wider than your mat. And then we'll press down to the fingertips. We're gonna squeeze the shoulder blades together, and we're gonna lift your heart up. Beautiful. Now, what you're gonna do from here, you're gonna feel this in the pectoral muscles. So feel the shoulders move back, and you're gonna turn your chest to the right. So you'll feel a big stretch through the left front of the chest. 2 and 1, we're gonna inhale, come back up. And then exhale, you're gonna do that to the other side. Do you feel a big stretch there, I hope? Yes. 3, yes. Okay, 2, 1, let's inhale, come back up. We're gonna do that again from side to side, going over to the right. Inhale, come back up, and then over to the left. Beautiful work. We're gonna slowly start to come back. We're gonna lower your body down. Really, really nice. I know that those muscles get really tight for us. So we're gonna bring our hands under our shoulders. We're gonna inhale, come to tabletop. Readjust your body on your mat so you're comfortable. And then we're gonna bring your hips towards your heels for child shape. Maybe resting your forehead into the ground. Your arms can be extended out in front of you. Let's take a few long, deep breaths here, breathing into the back of the body. Notice how you're feeling. And if for some reason this doesn't feel good, readjust your body. 3, 2, and 1. Now let's walk our hands towards our knees. And then from here, we're gonna inhale, we're gonna lift up onto our tippy toes. Curl your toes under. We're gonna lift our knees up, and we're gonna come all the way to stand. Yay! So hopefully you guys are feeling pretty good here. All right, hold on, I gotta switch the vision of my screen. We are gonna do moon salutations in just a moment here. So I don't know if you've ever done them before, but we have a full moon out tonight, and it's really beautiful. And so maybe after we have class today, you can go outside and see the full moon. Will be very beautiful tonight. So let's do some moon salutations. We'll do a couple of them. They're pretty gentle. And for some reason you need to modify, take care of yourself. So we're gonna bring our hands to our heart center, start to feel your feet on the earth. Maybe shake and wiggle your hips a little bit. Noticing how your body's feeling. Noticing how it's feeling different than it did when we began. And connect with your breath. Notice, is the breath smooth or choppy? And then coming back to the intention for your practice today, if you remember. We'll connect with that again as we do our moon salutations. So we're going to gently release your arms. We'll inhale, reach all the way up. We're going to reach your palms out wide. We're going to bend the knees. We're going to hinge from the hips. We're going to slowly start to come forward, bringing your hands down on the ground. From here, we'll lift up to the balls of the feet or the tippy toes, and you're going to gently drop your hips towards your heels. We'll inhale, lift your head up. Exhale, we're going to bring our chin towards our chest. We're going to step our left foot back and drop down to the knee. You can keep your back toes curled under, a foot flat, whatever feels natural for you. We'll inhale, lift your arms up towards the ceiling. We're going to exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. We'll step our right knee back to meet our left. Inhale, let's reach your arms up towards the sky. And then we're going to exhale, you're going to sink your hips towards your heels, bring your fingers towards your toes, coming to child's pose. Chin to the chest. Inhale, we'll reach the arms forward. We're going to come glide onto your belly. You might need to readjust your body onto your mat. We'll slide our hands back just a little bit so they come more toward, the thumbs are more towards the rib cage. We'll roll the shoulders back, squeeze the elbows together, press the pubic bone down. We'll inhale, lift the head up. Exhale, we'll slowly start to come back down. Pressing through the hands, we'll inhale, lift to tabletop, and then exhale, come back to child shape. Pressing through the tops of the feet and knees. Let's inhale, lift your arms all the way to the ceiling, lifting your body up high. Exhale, we'll bring your hands to the heart center. We're going to press down through that right foot and leg, and we'll bring your left foot forward. Inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, we're going to lower your hands down on either side of the left foot. And then we'll bring your right foot to meet your left. Come on the balls of the feet, or if you have your heels down, that's great, as we bring our chin to the chest. Inhale, we'll lift your head up. Exhale, we're going to slowly bring the chin back to the chest and lift your hips up high, standing forward fold, however that feels good for you. Pressing through the feet, inhale, reach the arms all the way to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Take a deep breath. Notice how you feel. And we're going to move over to the other side. So let's slowly release the hands again. We'll inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, we'll take your palms out wide. We're going to bend the knees. We'll hinge from the hips to fold forward, chin to the chest. Let's inhale, come up onto the balls of the feet. We'll lift your head up. Exhale, we're going to bring your chin to your chest. We're going to step your right leg back, dropping down to the knee, and we'll inhale, reach your arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, let's bring the hands to the heart center. Bringing your left knee back to meet your right. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, we're going to start to bring the hips towards the heels, fingers towards the toes for child's pose. Inhale, we'll reach your arms forward, come to glide onto your belly. Bring your arms or hands a little bit lower, maybe back more towards the lower ribs. So we're just starting to work more through the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back, squeeze the elbows together as you inhale, lift your heart up. Low cobra, 2 and 1. We're going to exhale, we'll slowly lower the chest and head back down. Pressing through the hands, we'll inhale to tabletop, and then exhale back to child's shape. So moving mindfully, moving slowly, letting this feel good in your body. Pressing through the tops of the feet and knees, we'll inhale, reach the arms towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Pressing through the left foot and knee, we'll bring your right foot forward. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, we're going to lower your hands down on either side of that right foot. Pressing through the right foot and bring your left foot to meet your right. Come into your little ball, chin to the chest. Inhale, lift your head up. Exhale, chin back to the chest. We'll press to the feet as you start to lift your hips high. Forward fold. Pressing through the feet, we'll inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. All right, nice work. Now, you might not want to do this again, but we're going to do one more round of that, because the more we practice that, the more familiar it feels in our body and the better it will feel too. So let's try that once again. So we'll come back up to the front of the mat. Really good job. That whole sequence was one. So here we go again. We're gonna gently release the hands. We'll inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, we'll reach your arms out wide. We're gonna bend the knees, hinge from the hips to fold forward, chin to the chest. Pressing to the balls of the feet, we'll lift your heels up, sinking your hips towards your heels, we'll lift the head up. Exhale, chin to the chest. Pressing to the right foot, we'll bring that left leg back, dropping down to the knee. Inhale, reaching the arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, we'll bring your hands to your heart center. Bringing your right knee back to meet your left. We'll inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, we're gonna sink the hips to the heels, fingers to the toes, child's pose. Inhale, reach your arms forward and come glide onto your belly. This time, let's play with those wrists a little bit. So we're gonna point your fingers back towards your toes and maybe bring your hands more towards the small of the waist. We'll roll the shoulders back again, press the elbows together, and we're gonna inhale, lift the chest up. You'll probably feel a really nice stretch in those wrists. 2 and 1, you might be like, your idea nice and my idea nice are really different, but that's okay. Come back down. We're gonna bring your hands down. We're gonna inhale, come to tabletop. Exhale, hips to the heels, child's pose. Pressing through the tops of the feet and knees, we'll inhale, reach those arms back to the ceiling, feeling the core engage. Exhale, hands to the heart. Pressing through the right side, we'll bring the left foot forward. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, we're gonna lower our hands down on either side of the foot. Bringing your right foot to meet your left, coming into your little ball. This is the full moon. Inhale, lift your head up. And then exhale, standing forward. Pressing through the feet, we'll rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Beautiful. Let's do the right side and then we'll move on. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, we're gonna reach your arms out wide. We're gonna bend the knees, hinge from the hips to fold forward, chin to the chest. Inhale, we'll come up onto the balls of the feet, hips to the heels, looking up. Exhale, chin back to the chest. We're gonna step our right leg back. We'll inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Exhale, hands to the heart center. We'll bring the left knee back to meet the right. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, we're gonna bring your hips towards your heels, fingers towards the toes for child's pose. Inhale, we'll reach the arms forward and then come glide onto your belly. Any variation that feels good for you this time. So let's roll the shoulders back. We'll lift the chest up, maybe lift the legs up, maybe the hands up, maybe the mouth up. 2, 1, we'll come back down. Pressing through the hands and knees, we'll inhale to tabletop. Exhale back to child's pose. Pressing through the tops of the feet and knees, we'll inhale, reach the arms towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Pressing to the left side as we bring the right leg forward. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, we'll lower the hands down. Bringing that left foot to meet the right, we're coming into your little ball. Inhale, lift your head up. Exhaling as you fold forward. Press to the feet. Inhale, rise the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. And then you can stay here or reach your arms to the side, maybe bring your feet a little bit wider. And just let your eyes close and feel your breath. Notice if you feel a little bit warmer. Do you feel different energy moving through your body? Different sensations? Notice as your breath, is it moving? Is it a little bit more labored? See if you can calm it down. See if you can just slow down the breath. Notice where the mind is. Allowing yourself just to be. 2 and 1, and then we'll shake out a little bit. Really nice. Okay, so we're gonna do just about 3 more standing poses on each side, and then we'll move towards the ground again. So as you're ready, let's take your right foot, you're gonna step that forward, and then we'll step your left foot back. And I should tell you, sometimes when I say 3 more poses, it's not always 100% true. So I'm owning that right now, just if I happen to go over. Don't call me out on it. All right, you can. We're gonna bend into your front knee, right knee over the ankle. See if you feel your hips kind of squared off, or see if you can help realign them so it feels comfortable for you. We're gonna roll the shoulders back. Now, one thing that often happens when you roll the shoulders back is your rib cage will pop out. So see if you can feel your rib cage anchor back, and you'll start to feel your core engage. We'll inhale, either reach your arms shoulder height, or if it feels good, you can reach up towards the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Let's bring the hands to the heart center. We're gonna start to move into warrior B. So you're gonna turn your left toes out. We'll reach your arms out wide to the side. I'm gonna just turn around so I can see you guys. And so what you're doing is you're reaching those arms wide, squeeze the shoulder blades together, gaze over the right middle finger. And then imagine that your shoulders are right over your hips. Feel that core engage, feel the foundation. 2 and 1. Now we're gonna slowly start to come back to warrior A. So readjust your feet as you need to. We'll reach those arms high. Now this time we're gonna interlace your hands behind your back, roll the shoulders back, and then you're gonna lean with your heart forward. Notice your breath, maybe reach through the crown of the head. So I was noticing my neck was way back. I'm gonna bring my chin more to the chest. And then as you do this, see if you can press a little bit deeper into that right knee and press to the outside edge of that back left foot. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up, and then we'll slowly release. Yay! I know that's a lot of work. Give yourself a little yay. Okay, let's try that on the other side. So again, we'll bring the hands to the hips, pressing down through the left foot. We'll step your right leg back. Now, again, see if you can have that knee over the ankle, really root down. Try to align the hips to see where that feels comfortable. We'll roll the shoulders back. Notice that the rib cage pops back. Anchor it in, feel the core engage here. We'll inhale, reach your arms up, and then maybe go all the way up. So notice what feels good for the shoulders. If this doesn't feel good, come here or reach your arms down. It's not a big deal. Just appreciate where you're at today. 2 and 1. We'll bring our hands to our heart center. We're gonna turn the right toes out, and then I'm just switching sides so I'm mirroring you. So, but we're gonna reach your arms wide to the side for that warrior B shape. Beautiful. So anchor down through the back, right foot, bending into the left knee. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze together. Shoulders are over the hips. Notice your breath. Feel the focus, feel the concentration. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna inhale. We're gonna slowly bring our hands back to our hips. We're gonna gently move back to warrior A. We'll inhale, reach the arms up high. We're gonna exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. We'll roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then you're gonna reach your head forward, leaning into that front left leg. Pressing down, maybe bending a little bit deeper into the knee as you press to the outside edge of that back foot, feeling that engagement of the body. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, we'll reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. We'll step our feet together and then shake out. All right, so I guess those were pretty intense 3 poses. So let's find a balancing pose and then we'll come to the ground. All right, so let's try balancing warrior today. My suggestion is that we stand to the back of your mat. We'll bring your hands to your heart center, roll the shoulders back, feel that engagement again of the rib cage. Also feel yourself squeeze like you have to hold to go to the bathroom. We talk about some energy locks in the body. And so the first one is if you squeeze like you have to go to the bathroom, 1 and 2, it'll lock with the lower belly. And then you have the chin lock. So our gaze is always at the horizon. Hands to the heart center, roll the shoulders back. We'll inhale, step your right foot forward, slight bend in that right knee as you start to lift the left leg off the mat. Now press energetically through both feet about the same amount of pressure. So even though that upper leg or the lifted leg is not pressing on anything, press as much as you are pressing down through the standing leg and you'll find the balance. 2 and 1, we're gonna step that left foot back and we'll bring your right foot to meet your left. Beautiful. Let's do the other side. Take a breath. Let go. We're gonna do this on the other side. So as you're ready, stepping that left foot forward, pressing down, maybe a slight bend in the knee, feel everything engage. Inhale as you lift up, balancing warrior. Feeling the energy blocks in the body engage. 4, pressing through the lifted leg. 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring your feet down and release as you step your feet together. Awesome. Let's lift all the way back up. We're going to exhale, bend the knees, hinge from the hips to fold forward. And then you're going to slowly start to make your way all the way down to a seated shape. Really nice work, you guys. Yay! I'm nice and sweaty, so good work. All right, so let's begin here. We're going to bring both of the feet onto the ground. We'll try to press down to the feet. We'll keep your knees bent. We're going to hold just below the knees onto the shins. We'll roll the shoulders back. Inhale as you press your heart forward, and then maybe start to guide the body forward. You can stay here. You can start to drape your arms onto your legs and maybe let your head hang heavy. So stop anywhere along the way or go back if something doesn't feel good. And just allow yourself a few moments to soften. Feel the breath. 2, and 1. And we're going to inhale and we'll slowly start to rise up. We're going to bring our legs out in front of us. And then I want you to pull the fleshy part away from your sitting bones. So you can start to feel your sitting bones onto the ground. You might need to rock a couple times from side to side. Now, as you do that, bring your hands a little bit further forward. You're going to roll your shoulders back and see if you can feel the front of the sitting bones. So one of the ways I like to imagine this, and I'm going to turn to the side again so you can see, is that we want to imagine that we have a tail on our tailbone, and we want the tail to go back behind us, not to tuck under, because that puts a lot of pressure on your lower back. So if we can find the front of the sitting bones and imagine we have this beautiful, sparkly, hot pink tail behind you, hopefully, we'll start to find a little bit more sensation. And see if you can find the front of the sitting bones. And as you do that, rolling the shoulders back, you're going to lead with your heart, so your head is in line with the spine, and we'll start to lean forward a little bit. Keep activating the feet. I know this is probably a really big stretch for you. I know, Dad, because those hamstrings are so tight, but just let yourself feel that. So those of you who are watching this later, my parents and their friends are online here, and we're enjoying this class together. And so I know their bodies a little bit, so I know where there might be some stiffness too. And 1, we're going to inhale. We'll slowly start to come up. You can laugh at that later as you're watching. All right, so we're going to come back with both legs straight. We're going to take now, you're going to bring your right foot towards your inner thigh, and you're going to bring your left foot out to the side. So you're more in a wide-legged stance. So if you want to, I've rotated on my mat. Feel free to rotate on your mat as well. All right, so we want a little bit of an angle here with that left leg. We're going to bring the hands in front of the right foot, and we'll inhale, lift your chest up again. You might just stay right there, or you can start to walk your body forward. Does that make sense? Yes? Maybe coming all the way down, extra credit. No, just kidding. You want to see. Here. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to inhale. We'll slowly start to rise up. Let's bring our hands on either side of the left leg. We're going to rotate your torso and then walk your hands maybe towards the foot. You'll feel a really interesting sensation there, more than likely. Keep pressing down through the right knee, even though it wants to lift up. Like, kind of imagine that right knee going down a little bit. See if it'll help you release any tension and find some more space. 2, and 1. Now we're going to bring our left hand onto the left leg. We'll inhale, reach your right arm open to the side, feeling a really big stretch in that right shoulder. You can keep your thumb up or turn your thumb down. 2, and 1. And then it might feel good here to bend the elbow and squeeze the elbow towards the head, and then press the head into the hand. So I'm feeling a really big stretch in my shoulder on the right side. 2, and 1. And we're going to inhale, and we'll slowly start to lift up. I know that was maybe some big movements for some of you. So let's bring our hands behind your hips, and then we're going to move over to the other side as magically as possible as you can get there. All right, so readjusting. So see if you can find the front of the sitting bones. We'll bring your hands in front of you. We'll roll the shoulders back, activate through the right leg, and then walking your hands forward as much as that feels good for you. Feel yourself lead with your heart, not round through the spine. So take some of that tension out of the spine, and then just keep walking, walking, walking. And if you can come all the way down, go for it, but don't hurt yourself doing it. That is not the goal of yoga. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to inhale. We're going to lift up a little bit, and we're going to start to bring our hands on either side of the right leg. We'll rotate the torso and then start to walk forward. Flexing and energizing through the foot, and then really pressing down through the left knee, even though it might want to come up a little bit, unless if it's a lot of pressure. Always feel free to adjust. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to inhale. We'll walk your hands. Oh, I forgot. We got to bring your right hand on your leg. Let's reach that left arm open. Feeling that openness in the shoulders. And then we'll bring, if you want, you can stay here. Thumb can be up or down. You can play with that. Or bring your hand behind your head. We'll squeeze the elbow towards the head and then press the head into the hand, feeling that deep stretch into the shoulder, maybe into the upper back. 3, 2, 1. We're going to inhale. We'll slowly start to come up and we'll release. Let's slowly start to bring both feet out for a moment. And then we're going to kind of wiggle heel toe your feet together. Notice how those hips are feeling. All right, so we're going to work a little bit more with the hips from here. So what I am going to invite you to do is turn your right knee out, right foot, and we're going to grab hold of the right foot if you can, and you're going to start to cradle and open up your hip a little bit. And then we are going, if it feels okay for you, I want to invite you to take your right foot right above the knee. Okay, if that doesn't feel too bad. If it doesn't feel good, just bring your foot inside your thigh. But if it feels okay, we're going to stay here. And then we're going to flex and activate that right foot. And you're going to bring your left hand into your right foot. We're going to bring our right hand not into the knee, because we don't want to put any pressure on the knee, but we're going to bring it onto the thigh muscle. You're going to push the thigh muscle out. And what happens is you start to have a little bit more space in your hips. You can stay right here because you might be having a lot of sensation in the glutes or in the hip flexors. But if you'd like to, the other option here is to roll the shoulders back and then again start to lean forward a little bit. Maybe you're going to even reach for your left foot with your left hand, but only go as far as that feels good. So just notice where you're feeling sensation. And then also while you're here, move your jaw around a little bit. You might have some popping in the jaw. Just observe that. And if it's really intense sensation, another quick little trick is if you, with your eyes open, you're going to turn your eyes to the right, left, right, left. So my head stays straight, but my eyeballs are going from side to side. And sometimes that can help release some of the tension and sensation in the body. Just do it a couple times. And then we'll come back to neutral. We'll inhale, lift up, and then we're going to stretch that right leg forward. And you can stretch it out. Your right leg probably feels a little bit longer than your left right now after we've opened up that hip. So let's do the other side. We're going to take your left leg up. And again, doing that on over the knee. And again, if that doesn't feel good, just bring your foot and your thigh and you can fold forward or find what feels comfortable for you. But if you are coming to this shape, we're going to flex through the foot. We'll begin by pressing the right hand into the foot so it's active. We're going to bring our left hand into the thigh, pushing the thigh muscle out so you can feel that opening in the hip, kind of rolling that muscle out. We'll roll the shoulders back and then maybe leaning forward. So finding that space that works for you. Again, you can reach for your right foot if that's available to you, or anything else that might feel good. And again, perhaps move your jaw around a little bit. You might have some popping. Again, you might have not had it on that side or the last side, but you have it on this side. Just become aware and notice. You could also wiggle your eyes if it's a lot of intense sensation. Sometimes that feels good. And then we'll take 2 more deep breaths. And slowly starting to come up as you're ready. Really beautiful. And then let's stretch your legs forward. We'll kind of shake the feet out, maybe wiggle the ankles. So we're going to take a twist from here. We'll take 1 more forward fold and then we'll move back onto our backs. So we're going to take your right leg. You're going to grab just behind the knee and then we're going to lift the right knee up. We're going to begin here by taking your left arm around the right knee. maybe even grabbing hold of that. We'll inhale, lift your chest up. So finding the length, activate the left foot. You can turn your head to the right if that feels okay for your spine. If it feels okay for your neck, you can go a little bit further and then maybe looking over the right shoulder. And then perhaps if you want to go even a little bit further like we did earlier, take your eyes now to the left corner. And so you're looking even beyond the right shoulder. I'm sorry, I meant to say the right corner of the eyes, but you can go either way. It'll be fun. 2 and 1, and we're going to slowly bring your eyes to neutral and then slowly release and unwind. We're going to keep the right leg where it is. We're going to take your right arm now inside the right leg as you take an open twist. So we'll take the left shoulder, you'll roll that back and lift your heart up. Again, you can keep your head neutral, or if you want to turn a little bit further, find that. 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to slowly release and unwind, and we'll stretch the leg forward. Really nice. All right, let's do the other side. So we'll take the hands underneath the left knee, we'll bend your left knee up and kind of adjust your body. Wrapping the right arm around the left knee, we're going to slowly start to twist to the left. We'll roll the shoulders back, so lift the chest up, feel the spine lengthen. Maybe the head's neutral, maybe you're turning a little bit further, maybe you're taking your eyes to the left corner of the eyeballs, or if you want to go to the right again, that's fine too. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then we'll slowly start to unwind. We're going to bring your arm inside your leg. We'll roll the shoulders back, feel the spine lengthen again, activate through the right leg as you turn to the right. Maybe turning your head over your right shoulder again. So see what feels good for your neck. 2 and 1, we're going to slowly release and unwind. We'll stretch your leg forward. So one more forward fold of your choice. So you can, again, come back to bending the legs and folding forward. I know sometimes people like to bring the feet together, knees apart, and fold forward that way. You can do that with the feet in front of you. You can also bring your feet a little bit closer in, so see what feels comfortable. The other suggestion, if your knees are really high here, is to bring the arms inside the legs as you come down. One other option, you could go both legs wide apart and fold forward. So just one or more, and I'm sorry if I'm confusing you, but find what feels good is the point of this. Crisscross leg, and that can fold forward too. So just allow yourself. We'll take about 5 deep breaths and at whatever forward fold you choose to be in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale. We'll slowly make our way up. And then we're going to slowly start to make your way back onto your back. We'll bring your feet on the ground. The knees will be bent towards the ceiling as you come to lie back on your back. So just making your way there gently and then readjusting your body so it feels really comfortable. So we're going to take 2 mini back bends of bridge pose if that feels okay for your body. And then we'll take a final twist on our backs. And I'll give you a moment if there's any other stretches that you want to do. We're not going to do any leg lifts today because during the full moon, we want to keep our feet rooted so we may stay grounded. So let's begin by bringing the arms alongside the body. And my encouragement is to have you bring your palms down if that feels okay for your shoulders. We'll press through the back of the head. You're going to lift the chest up and squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you. Readjust your body as you need to. We'll start to press through the toes, pressing through the balls of the feet, and then inhaling as you slowly start to tilt the tailbone away from the ground, letting the hips lift up 1 vertebra at a time, as much as that feels good for your body. Now, as you do this, you might want to press back into the shoulders. You can maybe try to walk your hands closer to your feet, feeling the spine lengthen, noticing the breath, feeling sensation in the body. 2 and 1, and then we'll slowly, 1 vertebra at a time, lowering all the way down to the ground. Just pausing, hopefully feeling the spine lengthen a little bit. If you need to wiggle your hips or just release any tension, do that. And then once again, we'll press through the feet, gently tilting the tailbone up towards the knees. Inhaling as you lift the hips up, one vertebra at a time, letting your hips lift up as high as they want to go. If you're really familiar with the practice and want to lift into a higher back bend or a different variation, please invite your body to do that. So let whatever feels good or calls to you, let that happen. 2 and 1, and then we're going to slowly start to lower down one vertebra at a time. Letting the spine lengthen. Really, really nice. Now, if you'd like to do that again, please invite your body to do that. If you're comfortable and you want to do our final twist and you feel ready to move into that, that's what we're going to begin to guide you through, and then we'll move into Savasana. So let's reach your arms to the side. The arms can be bent or straight or a mixture of in between. And then let's take your left leg straight. We'll bring your right foot over onto the left thigh, and then maybe bring the right knee over to the side if that feels good. If that doesn't feel good, then maybe bend your left leg a little bit and have both legs slightly bent. So just this so it feels good for your body. And breathe. Feeling some space, some softness. Maybe already inviting your eyes to close. 2 and 1, and then we're going to slowly start to roll back onto your back, and we'll adjust the body as you need to as we start to move to the other side. So if you want to follow along with me, you're going to keep the legs straight maybe and start to bend the left foot onto the right thigh as you bring that over to the right side. And for me today, it felt a little bit better to bend my bottom right leg, but adjust that for your body. Let it feel good, whatever you're doing. And if what I'm suggesting doesn't, let something else feel good. Keep breathing, finding space, feeling softness. And then we're going to slowly, whenever you feel ready, gently allowing your body to come to our final resting position, Savasana. If you have a blanket or want to cover your eyes at all, please feel free to do that. If you choose to prop your legs up on a chair or sofa or bed, allow yourself to find that. And just let yourself release, let go. You did awesome work. So let's take a really big deep breath, breathing into the belly, feeling the rib cage expand, the chest expand, breathing all the way up to the crown of the head. Exhale from the crown of the head, the chest, the rib cage, the belly. Inhaling, belly, rib cage, chest, all the way up to the crown of the head. Exhale, crown of the head, chest, rib cage, belly. Inhaling, belly, rib cage, chest, crown of the head, crown of the head, chest, rib cage, belly. Keep following the flow of your breath, finding this rhythm and pace. And if you happen to lose that, not to worry, just find whatever breath suits you today. And as you come to this place of stillness, of rest, invite the jaw to release. Feel your forehead begin to soften. Finding space between the temples. Noticing the back of the head, and inviting the muscles of the neck to start to release, to unwind, to let go. And allow the soothing feeling that's moving from the neck start to move into the shoulders, down the arms, all the way to the fingertips. Taking a few breaths, imagining you can breathe in from the fingertips to the shoulders. Exhale from the shoulders back down to the fingertips. Finding that breath a few times. See if you can begin to feel this release, this opening in your arms. As we begin to tune back in to the torso. Feeling the rise and fall of the torso again with the breath. The belly, the chest. And then as you breathe through the torso, see if you can feel the muscles of the back begin to release and unwind. Bringing the awareness to the lower back, the sacrum, the pelvis. Feeling your glutes release. The fronts and backs of the thighs. The knees. The calves and shins. The ankles. Feet and toes. And then perhaps imagining now that you're breathing in from the soles of the feet up to the crown of the head, through the whole body, and then exhaling out through your fingertips. Breathing in from the soles of the feet through your whole body up to the crown of the head. Exhale out through the fingertips. Starting to feel your whole body enliven, enlighten with your breath. Connecting with your energy, connecting with your true, authentic self, connecting your intention, your meaning, your purpose, connecting all of you. Continuing to breathe. And as we begin to open through our body, starting to feel more connected, gaining more clarity, presence, awareness. And in this time and space, when our mind wanders, the thoughts just float like the clouds to the sky. And we tune back into the breath. Just letting everything unfold just as it's supposed to. Connecting with the stillness, connecting with softness, with awareness. Opening. Breath. And as you're here in this peaceful place, allow yourself to send a wish or prayer to anyone in your life that might need healing or energy that you've been able to connect with for you. Allow yourself to share that as you would like to. You don't have to give it all away. Feeling grateful. Grateful to your body, grateful to your breath, grateful to the time that you've taken out for yourself. Grateful to all of you. You may continue to lay and rest here if you're really comfortable. But if you feel like you're ready to begin to move or you have some place to go, just allow yourself to begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes a little bit. Maybe starting to turn your head from side to side, reach and stretch in any way that feels good for you. Inviting yourself to come back into the present moment, into this time and space. You can roll over to your right or left side, come up to a seat, or stay right where you're at, whatever feels good and appropriate for you. And then let's just take one more moment and we'll bring our hands together at our heart center, and then we'll stop the recording and we'll just spend a few moments checking in. So just take a moment and allow yourself to again feel this gratitude within you. And just let it move into every cell of your body, all of your being, and all around you. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Have a wonderful rest of the evening. The light within me connects with the light within you. Namaste.